You guys hear me? Press 1 in chat if you can hear me, because this is really cool, but I can't hear myself, and we're still figuring out how to get this thing set up. Confused. Okay, 1. There we go. Chat, are you freaking ready for this? All of the players just saw the entire thing for the first time. And can I let you in on a little secret? I already know the teams that are going to be drawn, which is super fun. Oh, chat, I'm so excited. This is going to be so awesome. Here, let me throw some... welcome to the Football Manager World Cup. I feel like I can't necessarily be that loud. Hold on. Because they're all like right over there. So this is... How's Liverpool? Dude, great. I went to an Everton match last night. How big is it? Dude, check this out. I don't even know if I'm supposed to do this. Look at how crazy that is, dude. All the players are behind that wall. You see them? You see that wall over there? They're all back over there getting ready for the draw. Look at this. This is just the group stage thing. I'm going to show you around. I'll show you around over the course of the tournament, obviously, but it's absolutely crazy. Let's listen into like what they've got going on right now, though, because I think they're explaining everything.
We'll be battling it out here at the ACC in Liverpool. And then on Sunday night, we'll be crowning our winner in this very room. As long as it's ready, that is.
Did an echo.
These 20 managers have travelled from all over the world with representatives.
God, that's so cool, man. Oh, Lelucha. Let's go. What a cheesy man. You don't hear them?
Ancelotti going with a kind of player-led approach, or is it going to be tactics? Pep Guardiola,
do you hear it now?
Positional play, all that good stuff. I'm excited, Spence.
Yeah, these are the nuances of football management.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Kev, you know the game, as well as anyone.
Tell me those things. I've had access to this setup for like 20 minutes, dude. Literally 20 minutes.
Arena. I mean, it's going to be a situation that a lot of people have never been in before. The extra pressure of the time limitations and having the audience there, and kind of the pressure of there being quite a large cash prize available to them as well. It's going to be playing Football Manager in a way they've never played it before. No. Dave, how do you think you'd fare in these conditions? What sort of manager are you?
I'm a data manager. Data-led. Transfer is really important. I think it's getting a good striker in, getting a good defensive midfielder and building.
Those are all the players in the background, by the way.
Score up front.
They've all got their like team kits on.
So people that maybe
they just saw all of this stuff for like the first time.
About the game that you love so much and why you spent so much time dedicating yourself to it.
It's just the stage is just absolutely
you can create
unreal,
your own
dude.
World. It's a story generation engine where every game is completely different. You start from the same starting point, but you can just go off in any direction, and the amount of
to the variety. So what's going to happen, chat? By the way, what is actually going to happen is once we stop oogling at Kev in this amazing, what is that? Is that corduroy? Is that a corduroy suit that Kev's wearing? I'm gonna give credit. I'm gonna give Kev credit here. That's a freak. That is an outstanding jacket for this event. That's its. That is amazing. No, okay. So what's going to happen is they're going to draw there's going to be 4 teams that are revealed, basically. There's going to be 4 teams that are revealed. And those are the 4 teams that could be managed by the 20 different managers that are here.
closing down from 5,000 players. How do you get to 50? How do you get to 10? You look at statistics.
Right, and so that's Statman Dave, by the way. So this is the Lujo and Statman Dave, if you're familiar. But they're going to close down like all of the. I think there's like 8 leagues that it could be in, but they're going to narrow it down to 4 teams, and each one of the 4 groups is going to be managing one of those teams. Okay, and those are called like the 4 challenges. So all of them are going to find out what team they're managing today. I think they're about to explain it. Oh, but their audio's all potatoed. It's their audio, not mine. Their audio's potatoing. It's not mine.
The first pick goes
Let's get
into
that
Group
straight.
A, the second into Group B, the third into Group C, and the fourth into Group D. The draw continues in order, looping back to Group A after Group D. But hold on, there's a twist. As host nation, England has 2 representatives, but they can't be drawn together, nor can they go in Group B. So, if the second ball is an English manager,
How'd they get Spin?
skip Group B.
Spin's been doing this stuff for a long time, apparently,
This
man.
makes the competition fair and
How's the
balanced.
audio on this headset, by
That's
the way?
how the draw works.
Is it, like,
A
actually
perfect
good?
blend of randomness and luck, ensuring every group is filled with top-tier talent. Now, let the games begin.
Yeah, it's getting very real now.
Yeah, the
I've
pre-recorded
been joined
V. No,
by
the
Dr.
audio
Benji
here is
Will
fine.
Brazier as well. Lads, good to have you here.
Audio
We're gonna
balance
find
is
out very
great. That's what I'm
shortly
talking
who
about, baby.
The 4 teams that these guys are going to be representing.
Yeah,
in
so
the
first we're going to
different
find out
groups.
the 4 teams,
It's
and then we're going to
what
find out
we're
which
taking
5
on here this
managers
week,
are in
isn't it,
each of the 4
Benji,
groups.
because it's never been done
Okay.
before. First of its
So
kind,
that's
very
what we're
exciting,
that's
but
what's going to
also
happen.
we're learning
It's going to
on
be
the
cool.
job, aren't we?
It's going to be sick.
This is going to be a big challenge. There's a difference between us playing.
Oh, now
with
we've got
AI
Ben.
and playing
I mean,
with
there's
mine, and
football
so
manager royalty
to
in
navigate
this
that,
room,
to
man.
find
It's
a
so
way
cool.
through, to be able to win it, it's going to be incredibly difficult. And to get used to the teams, they don't know the teams. That's going to be a big challenge for them.
I saw Ben yesterday.
How
He's
they
great.
can
He was
find
right around the
players they
stream
never
right
played
before he went
before,
over.
or
He actually
support
didn't know that
them.
the thing was about to go live. He
Of
was
course,
standing
and we
around the
obviously
stream,
get
and I was
another
like,
big
dude, you're going to go
football
live in like
manager
30
fan
seconds.
we
He's
all
like,
are
oh,
here.
right.
What are you expecting? These
Looking
guys are about to
fitted.
find out who they're playing as and representing their
I wonder what
countries
he's
here. A lot of
wearing. Do you think
pride
that's
on the
Gucci?
line. Someone in this room
That
is
looks
gonna be
like
the
Gucci.
first ever FIFA E World Champion featuring Football Manager.
No, you're right. Dolce and Gabbana.
Permutations across the board. There's
It's
so many
Dolce
different,
and Gabbana.
clubs that could come up and different things that could happen. Dave was speaking about the stats. I'm all about the
Moritz.
dynamics. I don't like anyone not liking me. And that's
Their
why
audio on
Football
all
Manager,
of
the
pre-recorded
squad has
stuff
gotta
is
like me,
echoing on
and
the
that's how I
mainstream.
think these guys can get an extra advantage.
I just don't know
very
who to
shortly
tell.
We will find out these teams. Imagine
Figured I'd
you're a
help.
player right now, Benji, sitting in his seats behind
The
us
stream's
here.
a bit
We're about to
quiet.
find
Yeah,
out
I
who
turned
you're
it down a
playing
little bit.
How can you have
So that it
prepared for
wasn't
this?
like
Because
the
they're
same
doing a
level
bit
as
about
me,
the
so you can
format,
kind of hear me a
but
little bit.
It's a bit of a stab in the dark for a lot of these guys, isn't it?
I don't
Has
think
to be
you can
Louis
do
Vuitton?
that. So I don't know what they've done, but a waste of time.
I'm being. Don't worry. I'm not on the actual broadcast. I am doing a watch along of the actual broadcast. So,
but again,
mind you.
almost impossible to prepare for, which gives them a challenge.
Yeah, and it links to what Dave was talking about, Will. Which
Sorry,
is,
I haven't
we all
actually
have our
finished
own
explaining the whole
identities
thing.
as
So they're going to have
managers.
these 4
Do you
teams,
adapt to
and
the
then
team you get
5
given? Do you
managers
go
are going to
in
be
there with your own
drawn in each
philosophy
group.
and
Each
impose
group
that
is going to be
on? We're
managing
gonna
one
see these
team. So
comparisons
they're all going to have
shortly
the same
over the
team
next
to
few
manage
days
for
as the
one,
managerial
like for
styles
3
come into
seasons.
focus.
I think we were saying we're so
I see
excited
Team
for day
Malaysia
3 because
there. I
everyone's
see
starting
Team
at the
India
same
there
point.
right in the
Where do we
front,
get to in day
looking
3?
fitted.
It's so different. There's so many different things that can happen. And I
I've
think
only met
what
like
can
half the
happen
team
from
so
day
far.
one
They've
all
all
the
been
way
here
through.
for like
There's
2
just
days.
So much that can change.
Are there any reason I'm not in the
6
comp?
degrees
Yes,
of
the United
separation.
States
Start
is not
like Chinese
competing.
whispers. You
What is
start one
FIFA
place,
E?
where do
It
you end
is
up?
FIFA's
And obviously,
esports
we're gonna
arm.
go
So this
through
is
the
a
format
FIFA,
soon
an
and find
official
out the different
FIFA
challenges that
event,
these guys
which
are
is
gonna
part
take
of the
on.
reason
It's
that
a
it looks so
multifaceted
freaking cool in the
tournament,
first
isn't it?
place.
It's not
What other
a
questions do you have
place
about
to
the
be
event?
good
You can
at
ask me
one
now.
element
We're
of the
just
game.
chilling.
No, and that is the challenge. The fact they've got to go from pivot from playing offline essentially to playing online. That's going to be the
Guy
real
just told me to
difficulty
be more
because the game
quiet.
plays differently.
That's going to be
So as
difficult.
long as they can adapt to that, those 4 people that get through are going to be very, very difficult.
How do you think you'd fare, Will? What sort of manager are you?
Well, I'm quite disappointed I'm not here, to be honest. Spencer is playing in the tournament, but as you know, that's probably a good thing. I think it's one thing you do is look forward to a safe.
Do I think it's
going
gonna
to
win? Well, England has 2 teams,
so
so they probably have the best chance.
What's going to be thrown at you.
Yeah, we've still got to obviously meet the managers. We've got a few days to get to
You have
know
more
them
viewers
all
than
and see, like, we talk
well, I
about the
mean,
different
visitors, obviously,
styles
my
and
lighting.
how representing the country might change their approach. You know, how would it?
What will the
would it
winner
mean to you
receive?
if you were representing England, for example, in this situation?
I forget what the prize pool is
So I
exactly.
wish the 4 boys good luck because
I wasn't paying
if they're
attention,
pressured
so
out
I'm not
of being
competing.
as a home nation, which any manager
I will
would have,
know
right?
at some
And
point.
so
Who's the
if
favorite?
they don't
Nobody
give
has
us
any
their
idea. That's what's
returns,
kind of
that'll be
entertaining.
they'll
That's like
never
kind of
watch the game
entertaining
ever
about the whole
again.
thing.
So
Nobody has any idea like who the
Will.
favorite is.
We've also spoken
Because there's
about
never been a tournament
the
like this
inevitable-
before.
Not the inevitable, but the sat race.
First time
happens
tuning in.
around
Oh,
here.
what's up, darling?
I
How
mean,
you
on
doing?
the biggest stage of them all, I've had it in my bedroom. I've been disappointed, but to do it on the biggest stage and be sacked.
Yeah, the two representatives for England, guys you recognize probably, work the space and already have tactics. Both the representatives.
Those real football elements, which the game does so
I'm-
well. doesn't
I've
it?
been
It's,
thinking
there's
about
nothing
entering the
like it in terms
competition
of
WWE
giving you
style.
the opportunity to see what
Today we actually
maybe
aren't
a
starting to
career in
play.
football
They are,
would
but
be.
I'm not going to
This is
stream
where
it.
they've got to stand
And
up
neither is the
deliver under
broadcast. They
lights,
have
under the
3
pressure
hours
the
of
cameras
prep
for
time
their
with the
country.
save,
Do you think
which
they'll
means
be
they're
able
going to
to
have 3 hours where they're
This is
just
the
like with the
closest they're gonna
save
get, probably some of them,
to
being a
create
manager,
short
to have the
lists, to
experience of
create
being a manager. So
views,
if
to
you can't do it
create
now,
tactics. They're going to
forget
be
the
able to
career
sit
option
there
because
and do
this is
all
it.
of that.
This is the moment now, and they've got 3 days to prove themselves, and then if they can get further, then they get further.
Hey mate, what's up?
Okay, this is
I don't think
it,
the
guys.
Aussies
We're
are
gonna
here
reveal
either.
the 4
I wish the
clubs.
Aussies
It's
were here.
first. It's
They're not
never
here.
been said before,
That'd be awesome.
and there's a lot to
Oh, they're
unpack
revealing the
here,
clubs.
but I
Here you
can
go.
reveal exclusively. Our first club, which will be the club that all players in Group A are utilising, is from Japan and is Yokohama F. Marinos. Okay, so that is the Group A club. Group
Dude, you know,
B,
okay. We'll hold the
clubs from this
reaction.
very country we're
Hold
in
the
right
reaction.
now. If you're in Group B, you'll be playing as Brighton and Hove Albion. Okay, so that is Group B.
That's so different.
This
That's
is the first
so
players are
different.
hearing of it, by the way. Group C is going to be a club from the lovely country of Portugal. Sporting Club de Portugal is the Group
weird.
C team. And finally, Group D will be Dinamo Zagreb from Croatia. So these guys have just found out who they could potentially be playing as. We're going to
Okay.
unpack it all a lot more later,
Okay.
but initial reaction,
Okay.
guys, what are the different challenges facing the guys?
Okay.
There's some teams
Okay.
that are going to expect to do well.
The variety.
Or want them to do well to showcase their how
The
good they are.
variety of those 4 teams.
There's a few you mentioned there. Sporting will expect to do well.
That's
Maybe.
cr-
Brighton
the
will be
variety of
challenged
those 4
because
teams
week in, week out,
is
you could play a very
beautiful.
good team,
You could have a homegrown challenge with a team in the Japanese league where you're basically signing only Japanese players. You have Brighton, classic Premier League mid-table save where you could win the league first or second season. Then you have Dinamo Zagreb. You're going to win the league every year. If somebody doesn't win the league with Dinamo Zagreb, we should kick them out of the tournament. Okay, that you have to win the league with Dinamo Zagreb, which means whoever wins that group is going to be determined by whoever wins that group is going to be determined by whoever manages to advance farther and farther in the Champions League, right? Basically, Zagreb's down to the Champions League, or if you somehow fail to win like a cup or something. Let's see what they got. Oh, they fixed the echo. Let's go. And then Sporting is probably the most Sporting and Brighton are more normal saves. If you get Dinamo Zagreb and Yokohama F. Marinos, you're getting one of the weirder saves. It's PvE and PvP. So you all manage the same team, but you're competing against everybody else to do better with the same team than everybody else. I love the format. I think it's amazing. I think the format is awesome. It's so cool. Oh, they're giving us a rundown of the clubs, I guess. So it's a single-player save that you play for 3 seasons.
Marinos there, the first
And then you get
club
points
that's
for
been
advancing
revealed
farther in
from
all of the
Group
cups
A.
and where you
Have
finish in the
much
league and
experience
so on.
Japan, Benji?
I've not been.
So,
no.
Sporting, you've got to be
they're
winning the
relatively
league in the
new
first 2 to
addition
3
to
years.
and so they
Brighton,
won't
you
have
probably
years
have to
and
win the
years
league in one of the 3
experience
years,
in those leagues, the
at
teams.
least.
That's
Dinamo
gonna be a
Zagreb,
challenge, knowing where you can bring
you
players
have to
in,
win the
bring
league every
players
year.
out.
You probably have to
If
win
you've played
every
them before,
cup
I think that's a massive
as well.
advantage.
Huge.
If you've got knowledge of the
that's
player
kinda
base
crazy.
of that nation, you're going to be flying. If you haven't,
Then Yokohama F. Marinos,
Good
I
luck.
don't even know if they're...
Yeah, so
that's the
imagine,
team
Will,
Ange
you're gonna
Postecoglou
find out
managed.
in the draw in a second that you're put in Group A. I mean, without giving too much away, I'm not sure these guys.
I would
need
say
your
it's like
tips
this for
anyway.
potential
But
future tournaments. I mean,
what's your
obviously they'll
first
adjust
process
depending
gonna
on
be? You know you're
how it
managing these
goes,
guys.
how something
What are you gonna
happens.
do?
But
The expectations
I
there,
agree.
you've got to win the league. I think they're the title holders going into the save you're about to start. So the expectation might seem quite easy to get that with the league that you're in, but then it's like, where do we go in the cup competitions? Where do you put your squad
This
in
dude's
that
got a
aspect? So there's just so
just
many things to do. There's also certain
sensational,
rules with the league
sumptuous
as well when
mullet.
signing players. So you might have dreams and goals of aspirations to sign in a big pool of players when really that there are quite limitations.
I feel like this is
on that
wasted
as well.
on an English
So
accent.
many
This
moving
man should be
parts, it's crazy.
Australian
That's what we love
or
about it,
something.
though. Just chatting really briefly to some of the players while we were watching that video. A couple guys said they fancy Group A, so we'll see.
Yokohama's
Obviously,
expectations
there's
to win
three
the
other
league,
groups to talk about.
not
This next
like
one, Group
most.
B,
Okay, so you
bit
probably got to win
closer
the league
home,
multiple
certainly
times
the
for
English players
Yokohama.
here, at
Asian
least.
Champions League will be
Brighton
tricky.
and
That's
Hove
true.
Albion. Let's
That's
hear
the
more
only
about
one
them.
where you're like in a different continent. That's the only one where you're in a different continent. This is probably the most normal FM save because basically everybody that's sitting in that room has been in this situation probably 100 times. upper mid-table Premier League team, some high potential players. My question is, if you are managing Brighton in the first place, or how much of the core are you going to keep, and how much are you going to If Z says he doesn't like the format, they would revoke his invitation and kick him out. I don't think they can I don't think they can do that at this point. Also, to their credit, they consulted a lot of people about the format, myself included. They called me before it was publicly announced. They're like, "What do you think of this?" And I was like, "I actually love that. Like, I legitimately do."
Brighton and Hove Albion, as you mentioned,
I hang out with the
a very
Football Manager
different
people all the
challenge,
time,
maybe to
and I've told
all the
them when
other
I think their
clubs
game's
we're going to
bad.
look at in this process.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Why do you think this is arguably one of the more challenging ones?
Well, I've been to Brighton, and so I know it a little better.
Have they announced how it's going to be scored?
I think,
No,
again,
it was not
you
announced
might
how
need
it's
two
going to be
tactics.
scored.
That's the difference between the other divisions. Some of the other teams can sort of run through those divisions, hopefully.
It's a very
But
good point
Brighton
Ben's
will
making.
not have
It's
that
a very good
opportunity.
point
There's
Ben's
so many
making.
big teams in that league that you're going to have to navigate those. And
They're
that's
gonna have to
be a real
have-
challenge, whether they can do that. And
Yeah, they're going to have to
the
have multiple
consistency,
tactics.
That's going to be the difficulty.
But like if you're Dinamo Zagreb, you can just play 4-2-4 the whole freaking time. You probably just bowl everybody.
Years, you could see some things won, you could see less
The
things
part
won.
of me?
How would you perform 3 years at Brighton, Will? What are you aiming for in those 3 years?
Well, 3 league titles for me, Spence, but that's not for everyone. But I think money talks with Brighton. I think they've got such a big budget. We talk about how the team's going to look at the end of the third year. It could be at the end of this first pre-season window because they've got such a big budget to spend. They've got sellable assets. It's like, what do you do with that? Do you sit on them? Do you sell them? I think there's just so much you can do with that Brighton squad.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
it's a really
just what I was
interesting one,
thinking
isn't it?
about.
Because from a football manager perspective, it's a very football manager type club in the sense of can you overperform in the way they do in real life? You know, what they've done over the last few years since getting into the top flight, the way they've invested in the transfer market is fascinating. We're going to learn a little bit more about that throughout the week. But yeah, really interesting to see how these guys, the 5 countries that are put
J-League's very
in the
balanced
Brighton
in
group,
many
how they
teams.
perform. It could be a very interesting
I think all
one.
4 of
Obviously,
these are
going into
interesting.
Group C,
I
we have
think
a club from Portugal that go by the name
that
of Sporting
Sporting-
Club de Portugal.
Sporting is probably the least interesting of the 4 teams, just because I feel like by the 3rd year, everybody's going to be winning the league. I don't know if that's the case with Brighton, because it's just hard to win the Premier League in Football Manager consistently. Like, unless you have 8 or 9 years to build up your pile of wonder kids, which these guys don't have. They only have 3 years. Right, and so they're not going to be able to do, like, the mega team building. It's going to be a real challenge to be able to get their team up to where it needs to be. I'd love for Jet. Yeah, the competitors which for me, the guys I knew coming into the tournament were obviously the English guys, then the German competitor. But because this is the first time this sort of thing's ever happened, these guys that are on this stage for the first time, you don't know a lot of them. That's really like, who's the favorite?
Well,
I
I'm
don't know.
delighted now to be joined by a new guest who goes by the name of Raul Ribeiro. He is the technical
How's success
coordinator of
measured?
talent development.
So how far you
at
get in
Sporting
each
Club
cup?
de Portugal. First of all, Raul, thank you for
And
being here.
where
It's
you
really
finish
great
in
to
the
have
league.
You.
You get a certain number of points for each one.
Reveal something exclusive, I
tight,
believe, right now,
you know.
which is that the winners of the respective groups are going to get the opportunity to actually spend some time working with the club that they represent. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that might
This is
entail?
important. We need to listen to this.
Yes, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. The group winner will have the opportunity to come with us to visit our club and see how we work and how we do our all the stuff.
This is what I personally, one of the things I really
this
love
is
about
the
Football Manager
representative
is
from
those
Sporting, by the
transferable
way.
skills. That's the fact that you can actually learn things
the rep from Sporting.
playing the game that can
Each
be
club
utilised
has,
in
like,
real
a
life. We've seen
representative
many
here.
managers kind of start their career, if you like, playing the game, and that could be something that we see over the next few days here, the start of a beautiful career, maybe a future manager.
That is really
at Sporting Club de Portugal. You never know. But can you talk to me a bit about your role as the technical coordinator of talent development? What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, I'm a technical coordinator and a head coach of the department, so the elite talent development. I work individually with the players of the academy to approach them to the level of our professional.
Do you think I got to approach this guy
team.
and have him
We have
sign
a
me for the
team and a B
U21s?
team,
I think I can
and
pass
we
for a
work,
U21 player.
with all the academy teams, individual work with the players
Hey, man.
to get them closer
By
to
the way.
the level of our A team and to put the players.
No, this is really
put it
cool.
there,
Actually,
so
I didn't know
the
this
main
happened.
coach of the A
Now with this
team
highlight, hey, I
can
got a
put
haircut.
in
It
the
looks
game
great in the
and be
sliding.
champions again.
And you have,
I got a
you don't
haircut
know
for
who
this.
yet,
That's how
but
serious
five
I'm
of the
taking
guys,
this. Okay.
sitting behind you are going to be representing your club in this tournament.
I got a haircut
If they
for
were
this.
starting work
All right.
at Sporting Club de Portugal in real life, what would the sort of messaging they get about your club be? What do you expect at your club in terms of performance, in terms of silverware, winning trophies?
There we go. I should have done that a while
What's
ago.
the culture of the club?
In Sporting, we want
Neat background you got?
always
Oh, it's
want
even
to play
cooler.
to
Watch
win,
this.
to create high top level players that we have. Fortunately, we have some high players in our history, like Ronaldo, like Figo, and everything. So it's a very good pressure.
Why can't the England managers be in
to
Group B?
make,
So if you are
all
a
the
manager
good for them
for
to put them in the
like I gotta pull up
18.
exactly all the nations. that are
100%.
competing in the
Raul, it's
tournament.
really great to have you here. We're going to see you again shortly in the draw, but let's find out a bit more about our fourth team. It's going to be Group D, and it's going to be Dinamo Zagreb.
Yes, shout out to that. I think this is going to be the most interesting group. I mean that honestly. I think it's going to be the most interesting group. I'm not logged into Twitter on this thing yet, am I? No thanks. Got it. So we can't really. Basically, the reason that the England managers can't be in Group B is you can't manage a team from your home country. That's it. So if, any of the four nations, I don't think Croatia's here. I think Portugal's here. I don't think Japan. I don't remember if Japan's here. I know South Korea's here, but I haven't seen a Japanese team. I haven't seen the Portuguese team, but I think they're here. So they can't manage in that group. The two English teams also can't be in the same group, which means that, basically, the English teams will be managing two of the three of Zagreb, Sporting, or Yokohama. So there's a better chance that Jack gets
So
Yokohama
there you go,
than most.
Dinamo Zagreb. And again, I'm very fortunate to be joined by Marta Naletilic from Dinamo Zagreb. First of all, welcome. Great to have you here.
But this,
How
dude,
does it
picking
feel
Dinamo
that your
Zagreb's
very famous
awesome.
club from
This is
Croatia
so cool.
is going to be represented here in this tournament?
So cool.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for us for Dinamo Zagreb, for me myself, because I'm a big fan of Football Manager.
Oh, hell yeah.
I played myself, and yeah, for Dinamo's exposure at such a great tournament, and yeah, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. And as we mentioned earlier, if you win your group, you're going to get the chance to go and visit and work with the club in question. So for Zagreb, what would that opportunity look like at Dinamo?
No, I think only
Yeah,
8
you will
leagues are
visit
loaded.
us at Zagreb.
So obviously the Russian
we
Premier
will
League's
watch
not
a
part
game
of it.
together. After that, we will talk to our
But I think
sporting
there's only 8
director,
leagues that are
to
like
people
loaded
from
as
the
playable.
academy,
There's
to
a
see
set
how the day-to-day
thing.
business is working at the football club.
We're gonna have a
on the
lot of
scale
time
Dinamo
together over the
Zagreb,
next
because
well,
it's,
the
of
next
course,
couple of
something
days.
else,
I'll
if
be
you are
sure
going
it's
to Manchester
explained.
United or to
I'll be
Dinamo
sure that
Zagreb,
it's explained.
But I think it's more interesting at our
How many
club.
groups?
Of course,
Four
and
groups
this
of
is
5.
real life exposure.
20
sort of money
teams,
can't
19
buy
countries.
opportunities within the football
Host nation
world.
got a
We
second
spoke to our friend from the Sporting Club de Portugal about their culture and what is expected
What would I
there.
like-
Can you tell us
oh,
a bit
that's
about
great,
Dinamo
dude.
Zagreb?
What would I
and,
like to get
the
if I
history of the
played?
club, and if a new manager walked in the door, what would he be told?
I think
and is
Brighton would
expected
be
of
the
him?
most stressful.
Yeah, at first, Dinamo was founded in
I
1911,
would-
so it's a big club with a big
I think
history.
there's two types
in
of
the
football
region.
manager
For me,
players,
the
right? There's
biggest
the
club.
Magnus
What's
Carlsens,
also
and then
important,
there's the
that we are producing
Anand
a lot of
Fitchianathan,
talent.
whatever, right? Like the two types of
2018 at World Cup, FIFA
FM
World Cup,
players.
and Croatia played
I feel like I'm
finals
more in the
against
Magnus
France.
Carlsen
14
category
players
in
were
that
former Dinamo players.
I'm not as analytical. I'm just
So
somebody that's
we are
played a
world
billion
record
hours, and so I can
breakers
kind of like
in
see the
that
music.
matter. So a
So I
lot of
feel
talent
like
is coming from Dinamo Zagreb.
Yokohama
and
would
what's
be the best
important,
one
you have to win titles,
for
and not
me.
like we will win the
I
cup.
feel like that
or
would be the
maybe
best
league.
because that's the
We
one
will
that gets
win
you the
league
most out of
and
your
the
element.
cup
It's not in
every
Europe.
year,
It's got a
which is
huge
minimum.
homegrown
I like
requirement.
it. It's pressure, but
I
it's
feel like
good
that gets you
pressure.
that gets you way
I'm
out
going
of
to
your
be joined now
element.
by
I would
Chelsea
love that.
Kabakis, who's with two representatives from England.
Thank you, Spencer.
Well,
We're in
Dinamo's-
Liverpool.
oh, hello.
Emotions are running high.
The two
Today's first day of
England
the
managers.
competition.
Looking dapper.
$100,000 on the line. Let me repeat that. $100,000. I'm joined by
the
English
US is
team
not it.
Jack and Aaron. Please tell me, what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I'm not going to lie, the £100,000 is life-changing money, but hearing that you can work, if you know me, working for a club is a dream, so my focus is on that now. I'm not going to lie to you, my focus is on that now.
What are your
The English
expectations for this
FA
tournament? Now, this is the first
represented right
one.
here.
What are your expectations going into this?
Just got to want to win it. Like, you've got to be here. If you're here, you know how to play the game, playing against some of the best players. Yeah, I think everyone here thinks they can win. Hopefully I'll see 3 of them on Sunday.
Obviously, it's going to be a different environment. How different is it going to be from playing in your four
Jack is
walls?
very
You're
tall.
playing in front of
Jack's
an
taller
audience.
than
Does
I
that
am.
change anything at all?
He's a very
I think
tall
luckily I'm a
lad.
content creator, so I'm always speaking with an audience. But even before that, I was always talking to myself, and I always wanted someone to be over my shoulder, looking at what I'm doing and what I'm achieving. So it's like I'm made for this. I feel.
Talking to yourself. What are some things that you say to yourself? I want to know.
Oh, this silly game. Anything that goes wrong is the game's fault.
It's definitely a more explicit phrase than that.
Totally honest.
You're not only representing yourself, you're representing a country.
Yeah, Jack's
What
not live
legacy
today. Jack,
do you want to leave behind
I
as
don't know if they're going live for the setup
That's a great
phase.
question. I mean,
They might go
you
live
wanna be
for
a
the
winner,
setup
right?
phase. You
I've
can
been
watch
trying to
them.
explain to my family what
You can
I'm
watch
doing, they're a bit
anyone. If
confused
you go to
when people come play
FIFA.gg
some
and
Southgate.
you can watch the
I think
stream
this
of
is a
any
trial, is it
team.
not?
So whatever country you're from, if they're being repped here, you can literally watch that team. It's really, really cool. The whole website, they're going to have
Now, what are
streams
some
for each
ways that you
person.
guys
Even the
prepared
vast
for
majority of
this?
people here aren't streamers,
Football Manager,
but they're
how
still
I've
going to have
always
streams
been,
up,
that's
and
how
they're
I
going to
got prepared
basically
for this tournament.
it's
I
very
thought,
simple. They just have to
I'm
hit
saying
start.
it's the first time ever,
But they're
I
all
don't
going to
actually
have they're
know,
going to be
but
streaming their
I've just been playing
perspective
Football
from
Manager
this
on the
screen,
train,
kind
playing
of.
Football Manager in the hotel room playing Football
Would you want to be?
Manager.
No, I'd want to be a
It's
manager.
the only
I
thing
mean, I would
know.
if I
I'm
had the
totally honest
opportunity
with
to be
you,
an
it's the
assistant
only thing I know.
manager. But I
How many
figure if
hours
the
goes
United
into
States
this? I'm
sent a
curious.
team, I would be a part of it.
Just
If I didn't qualify, then
it's a bit like
hopefully
real life
whoever
football, right?
went
You don't
would
count- our
pick
assistant
me
manager
to
isn't counting
be
how
the
long he's
assistant,
been
I
there for.
guess.
He just wants to, he's focused on his job.
I would love to
He wants
participate
do the job as
in
best as he
in
can,
it
so
one day,
that's where
right?
I'm at
But
at
the
moment.
U.S. different.
Well, I wish you the
The US
best
hasn't
of
sent a
luck.
team,
All right,
so-
Spencer, back to you.
Thanks, Chelsea. I love that honesty there from Aaron. You know, none of us really know what's going to happen over the next few days because it is the first time for it. But it's going to
he's
be
up on
a
the
lot of
stage.
fun. We're going to
He's getting
learn
ready
a lot
for the
along
draw
way,
here.
and we're going to crown a champion. So we've met two managers.
Where do you go to
there.
watch
Of
all the
course, we've got
streams?
20 managers here in total. Let's
FIFA.gg
take a
or
look
just
at them
Google
and get to
FIFA
know
like World Cup.
who
None
is
of the
taking
streams
part.
are up yet, right? Because
So
they're not at
this
their computers.
is our list of managers. As we
We have a
mentioned,
visitor.
we have 20 managers from 19 different
No, I know
nations.
after the draw, I
Two
have a
from
place
England,
I'm
they get
supposed
an
to
extra
go.
one as the host nation. And one of these names on the screen right now will win
yeah,
this
no, it's fine.
tournament. We'll take some
Yes,
nice bit
chat,
of
we have a
pocket
visitor.
change home with them, but perhaps
Lucha.
more importantly, get that
There he
coveted
is.
trophy and be the first
No, yeah, they
ever
told me
FIFA
that,
E-World
they
champion
wanted me to come
featuring
speak after the
football
draw, so
manager.
unless that's
Let's
changed, I know I'm
remind
supposed to
ourselves
be
how this draw we're about to do is going to go
Huh?
down.
I am interruptible if they need me now. Yeah.
We've got 20 managers representing 19 FIFA member
Yeah, they want me to come
associations,
speak
and
on the
they'll be
official
randomly drawn
broadcast
into 4 groups of 5.
after the group stage. But Lucha was just
The
saying,
first
"Are you
group goes into
interruptible if they
Group
need you
A,
now?" And I'm like,
the
"Sure, yeah."
second into Group
We'll just
B,
leave this up.
the
and I'll come back
third
here.
into Group C, and the fourth into Group D.
I'll just leave it
The
up.
draw continues in order, looping back to Group A after Group D. But hold on, there's a twist.
Is that RDF and SYC are going to end up with a
England has
massive
two
like? Oh,
representatives,
here they're
but they
explaining the whole
can't
thing. I'll let
be
them do
drawn
it.
together, nor can they go in Group B. So, if the second ball is an English manager, they skip Group B and head straight to Group C. This keeps the competition fair
Okay.
and balanced. That's how the draw works.
Yeah, they have 9
Perfect
hours to
blend
do a
of
season.
randomness
They're
and
very-
luck, ensuring
they have very
every
fast,
group is filled with top-tier talent.
Computers though.
Now,
This computer
let
is
the
quite
games
speedy.
begin.
It's very shiny.
Thank you,
bright
Chelsea.
lights and
I'm
stuff.
delighted to be joined by a distinguished panel of representatives here to help us do the draw. Very important part of the process because obviously they're going to find out, our country representatives are going to find out who they're representing, and it could have a
Let's
huge
go.
say in who gets through the group. So I have Adrian here, who we know very
No,
well.
no
across
games
the
are going to be played
football,
today. So what's
history
going to happen
here
is this is
of,
going to be
the head of
drawn.
eFootball for FIFA.
This is
We
going to
have
be
Jake
drawn,
Joy for
and
Sports
then
Interactive,
there's going to
our country
be
manager of Korea.
each
We have,
team's
as
going to have a
as we
couple of
met
hours
earlier,
to set up
Ribeiro
their team
from,
and get up to the
Sporting Club
first match of the
Portugal,
season.
and Mata
But transfers
Milekovic
first
from
window
Dinamo
are disallowed,
Zagreb.
so nothing
I'm just
crazy
gonna
is
put
going to
a
happen. It's just going to be a
blanket
lot of
announcement
like
out here now as well, that I'm probably gonna
work the
mess with a lot
space,
of
importing a bunch of
pronunciations over the next few
views
days,
and
so I'm just
short
gonna
lists and
apologise
stuff.
early doors.
You
Never
aren't
met a lot of
technically allowed to
people
import
before, but we'll
everything,
get better, that's
anything.
what I can promise you.
So what I
Okay,
mean is
so,
they like
we have a
write a
very
bunch of stuff
special
down in a notebook
message
and then
now
open the
from one of the most
notebook and then just like
special
create their
managers of all
views. You
time,
know.
Le Prof.
I'm sorry I can't be there with you today, but
Hi,
I
Arson.
want to wish all of you the very best of luck at this inaugural event. Managing a club is never easy. It takes strategy, planning, patience and application, and a deep understanding of the many aspects of the sports. Throughout my career, I've seen how much passion and hard work it takes to succeed, and I truly admire the dedication you have brought to this competition. Remember, it's not just about winning, but it's about learning and enjoying
Dude,
the process.
you should see the people that are
I
coming
look
for the
forward
broadcast stuff this
to
weekend.
seeing
John Terry's already going to
who
be here, but he's not the
rises
only
to the
one.
top.
It's kind of crazy.
Good luck, All the best and enjoy the competition.
He is on a
Very
yacht.
cool, the main man himself, Arsene Wenger, sending a little message for
He's totally
our,
on a yacht.
managers here.
Oh,
Okay,
Arsene,
time to kick
loving
things off with
retirement.
The draw. You know
There's
it's
the-
big time, guys, when you have a draw vessel. Okay, we have a draw vessel right there, and Adrian is going to be the man that kicks things off. He's
John
gonna add
Terry
the ball
turns
to
up
the
in a
draw
full
vessel.
Chelsea
So,
kit.
good luck,
Yeah.
everyone. We're going to
The
find
draw
out what
vessel.
groups you're in.
La Pelotas in La Draw vessel.
So we're going to do it in
Nice.
group order. So the first
Okay,
ball
so
that's
Group
picked out will
A
be
is
the first
Yokohama. So
country
this team
slash
gets
player
Yokohama
that is in
Marinos.
Group
We're finally
A,
about to find
representing
out
Yokohama F. Mariners.
who's
So, Adrian, if you'd
managing
like to do the honours.
somebody.
It's Kafir
Turkey.
Arslan from
Team
Turkey.
Turkey
So there we
is
go.
headed to
Turkey
Yokohama.
are in Group A. We'll be representing the Japanese club. And Jake, if you'd like
The
to
organizers
call the
have
first name for Group B,
crushed
please.
it, to be honest. It's very, very cool. So this is Brighton. This is First Nation to get Brighton.
It's Enzo Bento, South Africa.
South Africa.
Enzo Bento of South Africa will
So
be
South
playing
Africa
as
gets Brighton.
Brighton in Group B. Raul, Group C, please.
All right, so that's one of each. This is Sporting. First team to
name in
get
Group C
Sporting.
will be.
Let's work the space. You got
Here we go.
Sporting in
Just a minute
Portugal.
ago, Jack, a.k.a. Work the Space, will be
They're showing the
representing
wrong person.
Sporting Club de Portugal in Group
Hi, Tom.
C for England. And if you'd like to do Group D for us, please, Mata.
This World Cup lasts through Sunday. Okay, so Group D, this is Dinamo Zagreb. This is such an interesting challenge. Peru.
Roberto Mila, Peru.
The Peruvian team.
Roberto Miller from Peru will be playing as Dinamo Zagreb. And then we're going to just repeat this process group by group. So the second name in Group A is what we'll find out now.
Okay, so this is second team managing Yokohama against Turkey.
Leclerc from Belgium.
Leclerc,
There we go.
the Belgian manager.
Belgium will be in Group A. Yokohama
That's
F.
true. You
Marinos.
could go after Marcos Edwards, yeah. All right, so this is Brighton with the South African.
It's Loan.
Oh.
Here we go. The Netherlands, Rowan van Leuven.
The Dutch had
will
an
be
open, as
playing
far as I
as
understand it, they had
Brighton
a very
and Hove
open
Albion.
qualifying, so I expect the Dutch player to be very, very, very good.
Patrick Zamirski.
The Pole,
Patrick
some
Zamirski
controversy
from
about the way
Poland
Poland selected
will be
their
using the
their,
Portuguese
their
club
manager, so a
14
lot of
Club de
pressure.
Portugal.
So work the
And Mata,
space
if
is
you'd
going
like
up
to go for
against
our
the
second name in
Polish
Group
team.
D.
Right now, anyways.
Okay.
Malaysia.
Muhammad bin Kamaruddin, Malaysia.
That is decent from you. We're going to go Noor. Well done, Noor. You're in Group D for
So,
Malaysia. Dinamo.
There's the look,
Zagreb.
right? Peru and Malaysia,
Half.
that is a wild
quite
card
half.
group
2 of
on
5
Dinamo
names revealed
Zagreb.
so
That's
far
going to be a lot of fun.
in each group.
That's a lot of fun.
Mats from Norway.
Mats
This
from
guy's
Norway
dangerous.
will be playing as Yokohama
The
F.
last
Marinos
major
in
endorsed tournament was won
Japan.
by Mats 6 years ago at SI. He's dangerous. He's very
we
dangerous.
cannot get the English players in Group B.
So
we know
Brighton.
Aaron from
So that means we can draw him, but it means he goes through to Group C. So that, I teed that up perfectly there. By the
No,
way,
he has to go to Group
He
D.
won't go to Group C actually, because we've already got an Englishman in there. So he'll go to Group D, I believe. There we go.
The double
See, we know
skip.
what we're doing.
The double skip.
Next one.
He's in Group D, bro. So this is for B. Team Spain just went into Group B with Brighton.
Jose Manuel from Spain is going to be in Group
RDF
B,
is
I believe.
Dynamo. So RDF
'Cause we
Tactics is going to
skipped Group B
Dinamo
and C, so
Zagreb.
that will populate in Group B. I'm fairly confident of that. If you'd like to progress.
So this is for
That's
Group C.
confirmed 4B. There you go.
This is for Group C.
This is Group C now. Third name in Group C will be
Team India.
Nija Mitra.
I think
from
it's either
India.
this guy or
Will be
his
playing
assistant
Sporting
is
Club de
also a
Portugal.
Rocket League pro, which is crazy.
So Adrian will now
Oh no, the
draw
Champions League's the bigger tournament.
Group A again
Hey,
now.
it used to be the biggest. I'd say. So RDF Tactics down there is at Dinamo.
Sven from Germany.
Oh, the
Sven
German
from
team.
Germany. Guten Tag.
German delegations definitely got some
In Group
football
A.
manager experience. Like obviously they
Group
all
B.
do, but they have some street cred. So they get they're headed to Japan.
Korea Republic.
There we go.
So South
Makes sense.
Hall.
Sports Interactive
Dude,
country
the
manager for
Brighton
Korea.
group.
Was that a Korean player?
The
There we
Brighton
go.
group.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
The Brighton group is crazy. The variety in the Brighton group is insane. Oh.
Florian Hippon from France.
Jack's
will be
got the
playing as
French
Portuguese
team.
club, Sporting
Jack's
Club
got the
de Portugal.
French team.
The penultimate name
The French
in
can
Group D
play
now.
FM, man.
Mata will
The
reveal
French can
for
play
us.
FM.
These groups really shaping up nice.
The French can play FM. I'll tell you that much. Oh, dude,
from Lithuania.
Group D is
Will be in
so
Group
fun.
D.
Group D
And
is
it's a
so
Croatian club,
fun.
Dinamo
It's not only
Zagreb.
is it Dinamo Zagreb, we have
Last
Peru,
name for each
Malaysia,
group now.
Lithuania. Let's go. And of course, RDF is in there.
Mohamed from Saudi
Oh, Saudi
Mohamed
team is
from
headed
Saudi
Group A.
Arabia will be playing as F Marinos.
So they're sending the Saudi team to Yokohama. They're managing Yokohama F Marinos.
Group A is now complete.
Group B. This is Brighton.
Daniel Almeida from
Portuguese team.
Daniel Almeida from Portugal will be the
I
final
think
name
Group B
in
is
Group
really
B. He'll be
strong.
playing as Brighton and Hove Albion.
Group B is really strong.
Just 2 balls remain now.
All right, Group C. Who we got? Indonesia.
Iksan will be the final name in Group C. So that group is now complete. And we have one name left to pull for Group D. Dinamo Zagreb.
They're getting me ready to go on the main stream, guys.
Yannick Hauser, Switzerland.
Yannick
So
Hauser
Switzerland.
from Switzerland completes our
So that's the draw.
And you can now
Bring it up now.
see, hopefully on this screen, our complete group.
Oh, I
There
love
we
Group D
have
so
it.
much.
A,
Group D
B,
is
Group
so
C,
fun.
Group D.
Group B
We know
having
exactly what
Spain,
challenge you'll be
South
taking on
Korea,
over the next
Netherlands,
few
and
days,
Portugal. Those are
I can't
four
wait to get
incredibly
it
powerful
kicked off
football
over to
manager
Chelsea now.
nations. I have no idea.
The draw just
Mats is
happened.
dangerous now.
Dr.
Mats is
Benji,
definitely
you're
a dangerous
someone
player.
that has so much experience.
Let's see what Ben
in
has to say.
this. I mean, you've had time to marinate a little bit about these picks. What are your thoughts?
I'd love to know if any of them have managed in any of the nations before. You look at Marinos, so that's going to be tough if you've not been in Japan before. All the best.
4 foreign players,
Put it to
by
all
the
of
way.
them, though.
4
And that's
foreign
the
players in
challenge for all
Japan.
of
That's
them,
it.
is that if they've got, I said it before,
Quattro.
if they've got the base knowledge of those places, they'll be fine. Without that, this is going to be very difficult.
Does that change the tactics at all?
Probably not. If you've got a style, if they begin to change what they've done for a long time,
What really
they've
is
had the game for
complex,
years,
and Ben's
that's
going to
when
kind of
they come
touch on
apart.
this.
They stay with what they know.
First transfer window is
Is that
disabled.
what you would personally do?
So if you have a
Stay
style
with
that
what
you want
know?
to play, but
I'd-
you go to
I'd
like
try
Yokohama F
anything
Marinos and they
I've never
can't play
done
it, then
before.
you're
I'm a
screwed.
showman. I like to make it seem a little bit more interesting. I want to try
Make
and
it
change
a
the game.
show while we're out
Make
here,
it a
right?
show.
You know
I'm
them
being
personally.
texted. Hold on,
you
I
know
might
some
be-
of these gamers personally.
Make your way to
Who
the
do
room
you
and find
think
Spencer.
is going to win?
I gotta go on the
Jack,
broadcast.
I've
I'll
been
be right
to Portugal.
back.
He
Bye.
sent me holiday pictures before, so I know Jack well. Whether that's going to apply to managing Sporting or not, I guess we'll see. But yeah, the English boys I'm very familiar with, and I'm worried for them.
How does one manage their emotions during a time like this?
I think it's really hard. I think some of them won't have streamed before, and there's the pressure of streaming as well as the pressure of playing and managing and getting results all at the same time. Yeah, it's a triple threat. I hope they're ready for it.
Someone that can explain and describe their emotions right now is Matt from Norway. Come on in. Can you please explain to me what's going through your mind right now, the emotions that are running through?
My first thought is we have to learn every name in the Japan League, and that's quite hard. So we're going to use a lot of time to get to know the team. I actually played in Japan League as preparation for this, so I'm a bit familiar.
Now knowing your competition, does that change anything?
I don't think so. We got our tactics and formations that we want to apply at the Marinos, and I think it's going to go well.
And how, like, are you nervous at all?
Not so nervous.
You should be. You should
yeah,
be.
I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of money.
Who are you looking to competing against?
Oh,
That's the main question.
So the Belgian team, they look so professional in their tracksuits. But Germany, I'm a bit frightened by Germany because they had a qualification where they competed against 31 other teams, and Sven went out winning the competition. So he's proved that he's a great football manager.
How do you plan to stay focused?
Just playing the game and have
Just
fun.
playing the game?
Yeah.
What about when everything's going on? I mean, you're playing in front of an audience. You're not playing in your room.
I think that me and Mats, we zone in when we play, and we just don't think about the pressure around us. We just play the game and have fun.
I shall apply more pressure then, because you're not nervous enough. You need to make him more
Yeah,
nervous.
he's not nervous
You need to
enough.
make him more nervous.
At all. I mean, is there any feedback that you can possibly give him, having your expertise?
If you're streaming it, make sure people interact and get them to follow. Donations, that's good as well. There's
Yeah.
lots of, this could be a career after this, so you've got to really work on that. So make it something.
And we got no experience with streaming. We're only gamers.
$100,000 on the line.
Okay, that makes me a little bit
That
nervous.
makes you a little
Yeah,
nervous, right? When money's involved, it makes you a little nervous.
Yeah.
But we're so focused about the gaming, so I think it's going to be fun, and let's see how
If
how
you
it goes.
don't win, it'll feel like you've lost £100,000. So does that make you more nervous?
That's the great thing about being assistant manager. if we win,
There's no pressure.
if we win, it's us who's winning. But if we lose, it's the manager's fault.
Will you be changing your tactics at all now that you know who you're playing against?
Let's see how the squad is.
He doesn't want to give anything away.
We have our tactics, but formation can change.
Well, now we know who's playing who, and now it's time for a group explainer video. For the first 4 days, 20 elite managers split into 4 groups of 5 will each take charge of the same club within their group. To ensure a level playing field, all clubs are pre-configured by our admins with identical settings. The challenge? Adapting your tactics to a new club under pressure. Day 1 is all about preparation. Managers will have 3.5 hours to set up their clubs, configure tactics, and get ready for the first season. But they'll need to do it all manually. No templates, no wish lists, just pure managerial instinct. From day 2, it's game time. Managers will navigate their clubs through an entire season in just 9 hours, spread across 3 intense sessions. Every decision counts, from transfers to tactics, and they'll need to keep stakeholders updated along the way. Days 3 and 4,
Hello, viewers.
more of the same,
How
with
we
the
doing?
pressure only increasing.
Yeah, tell you what,
Fail
it's
to
bloody
meet
warm.
the board's
Let me tell you that
expectations,
much.
and you'll lose points. By the end of season 3,
How are
only
we?
1 manager per group will emerge at the top,
Can you hear me?
advancing to the final day.
Am I Zealand now?
Yes, that is right. That is what
Yo.
stands before us over the next few days.
What are we
And
doing?
standing next to you right now.
There he is,
Delighted to
there
be
he is,
joined
there's the boy.
by Zealand, one of the big
There's the
names
boy. I
of
don't
the
think that will do
FM
terrible.
community. First of all,
Terrible.
how does it feel to be here for this inaugural event?
This is amazing. I still can't believe that this is real.
No, do you know what?
Walking in
They
here,
dress
seeing all
smart
the
for
lights
today.
for
What
the
we're
first
doing this
time. I
again,
know
way
these
too
guys
hot.
just got to see it
So-
for the first time, but I've been looking at it for 2 days.
Can you
just
hear me all
excited
right?
to get
Can
this whole
everyone hear me
party
good?
started because it is so cool.
Yeah?
And hopefully it's going to be a party. I mean, there's going to be some drama. There's going to be obviously a lot of exits. Only one person can win.
Lovely haircut,
And it's a
thanks,
brand
Brian.
new format, as we talked about earlier.
Finding someone who's not
There
bald,
was no
just
one
fat and
way to
hot.
do this.
That's
the way
me.
we're going for it, as we've seen.
But how is
there,
everyone?
we've
Is
got
everyone
this
good?
sort
Are you
of
enjoying it so
stage.
far?
If you
Interested
get
in
through
it?
that,
Fun.
you get into the
Sorry,
draft.
I went into Sub Zealand. I'll let you
approach.
watch.
How do you think you'd fare in this conditions?
I think this is better for me. I never thought I was some sort of tactical genius, but the first time that they mentioned the format at all to me and the first meetings we kind of had about it, they talked about how they wanted to do a holistic approach to seeing who's the best at the whole game and who's the best at being a virtual manager. And I think that's great. And I think that suits me. Obviously, I'm not competing. I'm up here with you. But it would suit me, and maybe some of these managers are better suited to that sort of environment than the fantasy draft that happens in the last day. So that contrast is going to be really fascinating.
Yeah, you're going to have to have a bit of both about you
for
to
talking
win
as a
this
streamer.
thing. You know, we talked about the
Honestly,
time pressures
you
as
gotta
well.
shake.
You know, you have these sort of 3-hour segments. You've got 3.5 hours today.
I think Zeke's
to
probably mentioned
prepare.
it. The venue's
You know,
incredible.
Do you think that's going to be an issue for some of these guys?
I think that's going to be the biggest issue for most of these guys. I know for me, I don't think I've ever played a season in 9 hours. They were aware that was the format coming into this, so I'm assuming that a lot of them or all of them have practiced getting a season done in that amount of time. You know what matches you need to maybe vacation through, what match speed you need to play at, and so on. But it is going to be a challenge.
real
It's
guy.
always going to be in the back of these players' minds trying to deal
So you
with
look
how little
significantly
time they
cooler
have to
than
get
me,
through a season.
which is
You
annoying.
mentioned challenges. Let's take a look at the groups and the
at
specific
the echo.
challenges that these 20 competitors have in front of them. So you can see on the screen here, you know, we've got 4 clubs, 4 different nations obviously represented, or clubs as well. Have you got a view on which group you'd have liked
Yeah,
to
so
be
you
in?
would never
You
be able
could
to
have
do
been in
this
any
with
of
the
these
time
groups if you were
restraints.
here
Let's be
representing
honest.
USA.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I think that I would choose Yokohama F Marinos personally.
Why is that?
Because I think there's
Do you know
a
what's
couple
annoying? It
different
says no
types of football
drinks.
manager players.
You're not allowed to bring drinks into
and I
this
was
area.
never
What's
somebody
this?
that sat there and
Excuse me?
grinded the analytics particularly
I'll be taking
hard.
that. That's
And I
been
think if you are
confiscated.
somebody
Don't tell him.
that did that and was kind of trusting the exact analytics of all your different tactic tests, that Yokohama F Marinos is the type of save that could be really challenging. You have a really strict homegrown requirement You can't go out and get all the types of players that you want to build your tactic early on. So I think that's a really interesting challenge. But if you're somebody that has, you know, like basically everybody behind me does, you know, a billion hours in Football Manager, and you can see the music, you're going to be able to find the little changes.
Where in the
you
world
can
is everyone
make in a
watching
very
from?
limited
Can you
player
all
pool
spam
to
countries?
make an impact.
Where are you watching from right now? Because it's pretty early in the UK. I had to get up at 6:45 today. Madness.
This is a very different situation, as you mentioned, though, to how the millions of players play the game at home, right? This first group stage, they're not head-to-head in the sense of playing each other directly, but they are
all over the
being
world. Look at you all.
as managers. How do you think that's going to affect people?
Well, I think that the way that it's set up is going to have an effect on people
G'day,
as well,
mate.
because
Hello,
the
my
four groups
Aussie
are all gonna be
brethren.
right next to each other, right? And so if somebody's succeeding, if they're scoring, you're going to hear it. You're going to watch them celebrate. You're going to watch them
Walk the
celebrate with their
space.
chat. And
Is
so
that
even though it
Jack's
is
missus?
not technically PvP,
In the other chat.
there is a
Unbelievable.
huge PvP element to the way this is all going to play out. And I think that we're going to see that from the moment play
How's
starts.
Roy Keane, Ben?
Obviously, everyone
I've
here
seen
is
he's
a massive
fine, but I've
football
not
fan,
seen
and
him
you
ever.
certainly are. And from America, here in Liverpool, such a famous footballing city. Did you go and watch a game last night?
I did. I went to Goodison Park. I watched Everton beat Doncaster, and it was the first time I've ever watched a match in a Premier
Liverpool.
League stadium.
No,
It
you
was
coming to the
actually
event?
very- it was
There's
very,
tickets
very cool.
available.
That was on your bucket list.
FIFA.gg. Register to come along. You can sit in the crowd at the
I've always
weekend.
been waiting to see
me
a
in
League Two
person.
team. Finally got my wish. Everton did win though, but it took till the second half. They were a little nervous.
Well, I'm glad you got to take that in, but we're going to see
Well,
some
it's pretty much the
fantastic
same as
stuff here,
this,
of course, over
so
the next few days.
don't worry
Let's
about it.
talk about, or let's hear about the scoring, because we've got a very specific way of doing things and how these guys are going to be judged.
I don't know if he's coming back now.
In the FIFA
But
World Cup
if he sees me
Football
here,
Manager, your road to
let's
victory
pretend
is
that
all
I
about
didn't
racking
do
up
this,
those points.
please.
Finishing strong in your domestic league is
But yeah,
the
enjoying it? Good?
First place
Good so
earns
far?
50
Mate, it's going to be a
points.
mammoth
Second
week.
gets 40.
Like, the venue here, as I said, is incredible. I don't know if he's like shown you it at all. But with what I can see right now, looks amazing. So,
Move to the next round of the
yeah, it's really good.
5 points. Or in the Europa League
And the weekend's set to be really cool as well, like the set for the weekend. Wow.
15 points for the Champions League, 10 for the Europa League,
Yeah, it's good.
and 5 for each national cup you pick up. Your managerial performance matters.
Pretend you didn't completely talk over his interview. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, when Z gets back, everyone tell him he did a great job. Just say, great job, Zealand.
And don't forget the challenge of the day. Nail it and earn an extra.
Why am I not competing? It would be unfair against the other competitors.
Every point
But you should watch this bit, I'll show
try
up.
to climb to the top in the FIFA World Cup.
Oh, it's finished now.
Football Manager.
That's my bad. Sorry.
So there is a lot to unpack there. Obviously, when you play Football Manager
There's
on
Kevin, look.
your own,
There's
you're
the
being
loser.
scored by the,
Has anyone got
the-
like a
the
shoe I can
obvious
throw at him?
values of where you finish in the league and all these things, and you've got a board, you've got to impress. But with this, we had to come up with a new way of scoring people against each other doing the same save.
If anything, Z should be
how
paying
do
me
you
for
think-
this.
I'll start with you,
In fact,
Kev,
actually,
right?
if you
How
subscribe
do you
now,
think
I'll take the
these guys are
payment.
gonna maybe change their approach from what they might have done at home.
Kev is
to here
dressed
in order
like
to
a
get
supply
maximum points.
teacher, and I love Kev.
Potentially
But
some,
Kev has come like he's
tactical
taken over
decisions that
English
have
for
to
the
be made,
afternoon.
because, for example,
Will
if you're a
Brazier's
team
here.
that's less
Do you all know
likely
Will
to win
Brazier?
a
This is the
Champions
funniest man I know.
and you're in the qualifications
Hello, Will
stages,
Brazier.
the
The
question might be,
chat
well,
are
why
loving this.
deliberately not
I'm
go
loving
to the
this.
Champions League, so I can
No,
maybe
and they've.
get in the Europa League and have a
Well,
different run at that,
can you
because
all?
you're more likely to get further in,
Has
and
has
more
Kev lost
points.
weight?
So
Don't.
there's
That's
some
having a go at
potential
Kev. Oh, actually, you mean in real life? Yeah, he
I can
has.
see
He's
the
actually
guys
doing really
behind you
well.
thinking, "Oh, I didn't think
He's
so."
doing all.
Trying to different
I
things.
haven't.
There's a lot of
I thought you
different
meant was
things
this
that can happen
Kev.
over 3 years as well.
No, I
Dave,
have to
isn't
sort
there?
myself
Like,
down because
we
then other
talked
people
about it
put me
earlier, how
higher,
your
and then I
save
feel
can
better.
completely
Mate,
be
you're the guy from
identified uniquely
Goldbridge.
to you versus your other managers.
You are
You
Mark
can leave an
Goldbridge.
imprint
You've been
on the
watching it
score.
wrong.
I think one of the big things is going to be prize money. I think the Champions League, especially, is massive.
I don't know how
Huge
many
chance
people.
the Champions League get
1,176
further into
people are
the
here
latter
right
stages,
now.
the money comes in. You think about the development of the club and your team, you need as much cash as possible.
Are you
But I
buzzing,
also think
guys?
the academy side's going to be really
But they're all
interesting.
buzzing.
There's
They're on
solid
the.
academy
Oh, I just-
sides to be selected.
A minute ago,
So
I
looking
asked
at that in long-term
where people are from.
strategy and
There's so many different. Look at this.
even if we
Look
are
at
going to jump out of a
Look at the
competition,
variation.
is it worth it from a financial perspective, or do you want to push forward, get that cash,
Yeah.
reinvest that?
Question. You might have answered this already, chat. But which team would you want to
How much
manage
do you know, and this is
out
no
of the
pressure, by the way,
four?
'cause I'm being very
Sorry,
upfront
your
and
mic.
honest
Your
on
mic's
this
too
show
close.
about
Sorry,
how
guys.
this is the first of its kind, and we
Sorry.
really don't know a great deal about how
Sorry,
it's going to
guys, sorry.
unfold. But pressure on you.
Yeah, would you want to
Have
be
got early
Brighton,
Have you got anyone you're looking at, any country you're looking at you think could run deep, especially considering you've seen the draw?
Zagreb. I think Dynamo's fun.
I'll
I've
tell
done
you what, it's
Croatia.
hard to pick an early favorite for the tournament because this is the first time we've ever had anything like this happen before.
Brighton's hard though.
But I do have an early
The
favorite.
drop off could be massive, but if you win the league with Brighton, that's incredible.
It's so fun because there are nations that are
I'll go
more
best of
involved
three.
in the English
That's the
language
rest.
scene
Well, you're
of football
shaking
manager
hands.
creation.
The prize money is
And we get a
secondary
lot
to your
of
handshake.
nations that are kind of emerging
That's what I
on
was
the
gonna
football
say.
manager scene, at least in that English language side for the first time in that last group. And
Anyone
Dinamo
but Brighton.
Zagreb, we're talking about where you're going to get your points from.
Yeah.
You got to win the league every year.
Oh, yeah,
Right, and so if you fail to win one cup, it is
We're
a disaster. Which means how far you get in the Champions League is really going to determine who gets out of that group.
Only
Which to me is
enhanced.
just incredibly fascinating. Like you're going to have a bunch of matches that you have to win, and then you're going to get to a few matches where if you can pull off that upset in some
Japanese
Champions League playoff or something, that group is just going to be so fun to watch. Now they're all
Did
going
I
to
do
be
enough
fun to watch.
comedy?
You're talking part of
Did I
the
do enough comedy?
Yeah.
I'll sort of go for comedy.
I mean, whoever's able to figure out how to do that,
I did
and maybe
loads
get to
though.
a
I did
Champions
loads
League
though. I did
knockout
way more than I
stage with
thought.
Zagreb,
Do I get paid more
that's
for
the
that?
person that's going to win that group.
Good.
And it's not
Do I get
just,
a handshake?
obviously, the fact that you've got to
Little
win
fist
the
bump, man.
league and we're going to have that pressure when you compare to the other managers.
No, you
Well,
can't.
listen,
You can't use your own skills.
If you don't win your league, especially in some of these teams that expect the most, we
Yeah,
heard
you
from some of
can't.
the people that actually work
Everyone
at
has
these
to use
clubs and
the base
expectations
game.
that are put on the managers in real life. If you get sacked, just to be clear,
Z's going to want to watch this
over.
back.
Could that,
We're
if that's going to
enhancing
happen,
again
Portugal
without
is a
Z.
particularly
Without Z's not
tough
here,
league
so
for
without.
that, 'cause we've got 2 Champions League
You're watching the broadcast. Would you prefer I leave actually?
So if you're not finishing,
In fact, should we do a poll, chat?
I think you've potentially got a problem.
Well, one of the things, we've got
I don't want
this
there to be a
brilliant
poll,
press conference
really.
area here, and we've seen the draw already, but we are
Mute
going
the
to be
mic
using this
to
throughout
New
the
Zealand.
week.
Oh, he's
as well.
there.
We're going
Sorry,
to be
I've
doing some
shot.
sort of real-life press conferences, as well as that
That's not him.
happens
That's just
in
his
the
forehead.
game.
That's
A chance to
what we
grill
have to
the managers
describe
a
as the
little bit
draw
about their
wrestling.
decisions, maybe mistakes, talking about their strategy moving
Ben, how
forward. I
many
think we're all going to be
representatives
asking some
chosen?
questions to these guys.
I think
Have
it
you
was
got a strategy in mind?
Through Freddy's.
Yeah, I'm going to
Freddy's.
actual
Freddy's.
press conference questions.
They
from
got him out of a cereal
football
box.
managers. Just try and like create a more
I'm
familiar
holding up
feel.
the answers for multiple choice. We're going to
We haven't
don't know if
asked
I'm
them
gonna
enough,
do
have we? We've not heard them enough those questions.
Well, just
But
that no one
it's
said
going to be
I
a whole
could.
different side to
I
this
just sort of
experience for these guys,
hijacked
isn't
it.
it, Dave? Because they're under the spotlight, not just when they're playing the game, but
Yeah, it's true
from a
actually.
press
I'm a pretty
perspective as well.
big deal.
I think the big players,
They've actually done the poll to whether I should leave or not. I hate Switch.
You're looking at Sporting as well.
Oh,
Steve,
both would know,
really
so it's
important
fine.
strikers.
It's both would know.
Planet
Both
that
would
are
know.
involved in more goals than any of the players since the start of last season. That's real.
Bro,
life
stop with that
football.
horrible
And that
mic.
applied to
It's the
Sporting.
only
Do
mic
you
available.
Do that? Do you move early? Do you bring another forward in?
I don't have
Do you
another
that guy up?
microphone.
Those types of
So
questions
is it
are
too
really
loud?
Yeah, and that's the sort of stat we're going to get from you as well. We enjoy them, Dave. That's what you bring to the table. Okay, so next time you see us, guys, is going to be for our first press conference later
Dub
today.
Safirika and
We're
Max,
really
that's a
looking
great
forward to
reference.
getting inside the minds of the players. You can see the timings
Ben, breathe
on
into
the
the mic really
screen
heavily
right
for 2
now,
minutes.
3 p.m.
Or hot.
UK time. We're going to be speaking to Group
Put the
C,
mic-
and
is
then
it
at
better
different
if I
times
just
throughout
leave
the
it there?
day, we're going to
Is
be
it better like
finding
this?
out what
Is that
everyone
way
is
more
up to.
preferable?
Of course,
Should I
these
do
guys
this
are going to be
the whole time?
streaming as well on their own platforms,
I'm
so
so
you can
sorry.
keep up to date. Zealand, I know you're going to be streaming as well, which is going to be great to see.
worse.
So lots to look forward to, and
I'm
yeah,
just
do
talking
make sure you
fast.
join us for the press conferences.
It's even
Get over
worse.
the FIFA
Sorry,
social
guys.
media for everything
I'll hold
going
it like a
on,
professional.
of course. And that is our draw show concluded. Good luck to all our competitors. May the
Clapping,
games
clapping.
begin.
Ready? I'm a little bit ahead of you because I'm blind. Why is he yapping over everything? It's a stream, you berk. If I was silent the whole time, you might as well just go and watch the actual stream. Like, what do you mean, why is he yapping? But like, why is he yapping? This is on the stream. I have listened to it. Fight me. Meet me in the car park. Meet me in the car park now. I'm taking on viewers. Oh, it's bright. That's better. That's much better lighting, though. That's much better lighting. Now we're talking. Japanese. That's good. Group A. Group A. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Act like I'm not here. Oh, what a surprise! Sorry, I just thought this was a seat we could all sit in.
Oh,
I didn't realise this was. All right.
Zealand.
They've hated me for most of it. I would call it sabotage.
They just need to get to know you. What are you talking
They don't want that. They've chosen to watch you. They abandoned me months ago. Right, take care, everybody. Lots of love. Zealand, take this back. The microphone's.
Thank you, sir.
It's very sensitive.
You look great up there.
Thanks, man. I'm too hot for all of this.
You need a towel. I got one in my bag. Okay, good. So how did I do, chat? How did I do? Did I do okay?
I don't know. I talked over all of it.
Oh, you talked over the whole thing. Oh, come on. Well, yeah. Did I at least look good? You guys enjoying the Loans hoodie? Has anybody noticed the Loans hoodie? Does that guy stream FM? Yeah, I mean he used to. Technically speaking, he did a lot. Yeah, no, that was good fun. So today was kind of like a practice. I don't want to say like a practice stream, but it was kind of like a practice thing. The audio's so bad, like on this one. Oh wait, I mean I think now it should be better. It was probably echoing or something. It is kind of wild that people here don't know who Dr. Benji is. That dude was one of the OG like big streamers of Football Manager. But no, seriously. I think that's the only stream we're going to do for today. Obviously, I want to kind of set this up and kind of get my stream stuff in here, and that's going to take a bit of time, a bit of process. I am going to be this is unreleased merch, by the way. It's not announced yet, but we have a merch line. We have a Loans merch line coming out, so I hope you're excited about that because this hoodie is just the beginning. It's very cool, very comfortable. So the draw is set. Love the groups, love the teams. This is the only stream that we're going to do today, though. I'm going to take the rest of today. I'm going to go to a camera shop in Liverpool. I'm going to try and get a Bluetooth camera so that we can go around the event center during the streams. I'm going to also try and get a Bluetooth microphone. And if you want to watch all of the press conferences after the teams, after all the nations set up their teams, I will be a part of those press conferences. Those start at 3 p.m. You saw the schedule. So if you want to, keep track of you're really into the tournament, you want to keep track of even the early stuff today, then do that. Are they? Yeah, everybody should be streaming. You can find all of the groups here. I should be able to pull this up for you. Let me go to FIFA.gg. I should be able to get this going. So there's the Football Manager World Cup. So the group stage draw just happened, obviously. Where's the... There's like a World Cup page. I don't know if I can find it. Where is it? So let me find it. Well, if I can find it, then I can just send it to you guys. If you're near Liverpool, you live in the UK, you can come to the final, which is awesome. Like I'll be there and everybody else will be there. They already started to set up the teams. The managers are heading to their stations now, and they will start the stream and start to set up their teams, I believe. Yeah, competition history. I don't think it is. Definitely going to be like, hey, it's a little hard to find out where all this stuff is. But I don't... Will they stream on Twitch or only through FIFA? I think it's all on the FIFA site that they stream. But it's what they told me is that there's going to be a page where all of the streams are. And I think Work the Space and RDF and content creators and stuff are going to stream dual wielding on their channel. You know what I mean? It's going to be on one or the other. Because they have a stream setup. I think they'll be able to just fire it into both. But now, the content creators are going to be streaming on their Twitch channels. So if you want to watch your nation and the person representing your nation is a content creator, you can totally watch that on their Twitch channels. Let me see if I just look up Football Manager World Cup. Maybe I might be making this way harder than it needs to be. Those are the players. Hey, do you know where the streams are on the FIFA E, Kev?
Anna couldn't find them. She had to go on Twitch to find them. So I'm not sure they're working properly on there yet.
Okay, so you don't think they're working right? Okay, so where are they on Twitch then?
I think there's a FIFA Twitch channel.
Well, there is.
And then you've got, I guess you have to find everyone's individual one, so I don't know where you get the group.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
But I guess they're not live yet anyway, so maybe the website won't go live until then.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it doesn't go live until then.
By the way, the reviews are in, me and you standing next to each other.
I'm taller?
Confirmed that I'm taller.
That's just, it's all the hair, dude. It's ridiculous. No, Kev is looking dapper. Okay, so if it's not up on the website, then that's, I don't know.
Still live.
Huh?
Still live.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, yeah. Apparently you just talked through the entire thing.
I made him legitimate. I gave him your pass.
But if they wanted to watch it without, sorry, they can't hear me. It's terrible broadcasting. But if they wanted to watch,
They can, I think, actually.
If they wanted to watch the actual thing, they'd be watching the actual thing. They want commentary.
No, well, they want the actual thing with commentary, you know?
And I wasn't really providing that. So
What were you talking about?
I couldn't tell you.
just complete nonsense. Ben's right behind the camera if you couldn't hear, yeah. Go to the U.S., spend all that money on Poch, and they couldn't send me. I know, but I'm happy to make that sacrifice for Pochettino. To be perfectly honest, I will make that sacrifice for Pochettino. He was talking Japanese. Well, so it will be on the FIFA.gg website. I don't know where it is yet. I don't think it's up yet. But the teams are going to start sitting down. This is the nitty gritty grindy day. Each team's going to have 3 hours with their club to set up tactics, to set up views, to set up shortlists, to set up scouting, set up all of the stuff you have to set up at the beginning of the save, like sign staff, all of the stuff that you have to do. They're going to do all of that today, right? And they're going to get up to the first match, first transfer window disabled. So no transfers, no anything else. Can we see how they prepare the teams? Ideally, we would. I think it will be on this site. I just can't find it. What's the link for tickets? That I can find for you if you want to come to the final day, because, of course, I'll be there and everything else. So you have to register because they initially weren't going to host any fans at the event, but there was so much interest that they opened up tickets to the event for the final day. So they're spending some time preparing like how to have people there, but they don't know how many people they can have. So you have to register for a spot, but they are free. Right, because initially they weren't going to sell any tickets at all, or like people weren't going to come at all. But now they're like, well, we're going to have people. But the tickets are free. You just have to register. And I don't know if you're guaranteed to get one or not. So I would do that if you think you're going to be able to go. And I realize England's like 5 minutes wide. So if you're in England, you're in Scotland, whatever, then you want to come to the final where the final 4 nations will be competing on the last day on Sunday, then by all means register. And I'll also be there. I'll sign your forehead if you want me to. Yeah. It's Sunday. Final day is Sunday. So they'll have that opportunity on Sunday. So the setup is also staggered. I don't think all the managers are... I don't think all of the managers are on it, like, right away. I think each group kind of goes at a different time. So it's not like all the managers just went and started right now. And then, so the press conferences are after they have their 3 hours. So I don't know if any managers are actually going right now, if they all have a break and then they start. We'll see. But they do all have, courtesy of FIFA E, they all have computers in their rooms. So they can, like, test and mess with stuff, like, on really good gaming computers in their hotel. Which they might go back and do that now, if I were them. Yeah, they start press at 3, which means the first one's probably going at 12. So that means there'd be nothing going for a little while. The participants know which clubs were in beforehand? No. The clubs were announced like 10 minutes before the draw today. So they found out the clubs today. They knew which 8 leagues they could be from. So, that narrows it down to, like, I'm not going to be in Gibraltar or something. No, but there are schedules and stuff. The problem is today is the day that I know the least about. Like tomorrow, there's this really wonderful, like, all day nature of it. Yeah, here's the format thing. Thank you for linking it. Which club would you like to have had? Yokohama F Marinos. I feel like I do best in chaos just because I've played a lot of FM, like a ton of FM, and can just intuitively figure out how to succeed. I think I would have been the worst at Brighton probably because I think that's the save where people are going to be the most in the zone. And that group is very balanced and very difficult. But yeah, they have 3.5 hours of setup time today. Correct. They do have 3.5 hours of setup time. I've heard from most of them. Most of them will likely not use all of it because there's only so much you can do. Yeah, but it runs 9 to 8 every day. I'll be here doing a watch along for the whole thing. Yeah, I have already managed Marinos. I forget what we won. We won something. If anyone can break, I think multiple people are going to win the league with Brighton. We're talking about some of the best football manager players in the world. I think multiple people will win it with Brighton. So each one of the competitors has a streaming station that they will be able to stream from. I don't think any of those streams are going to start. So here's how this is going to work. There's nothing happening right now. My stream is going to be live from 9 a.m. tomorrow. Where we'll have kind of our more normal stream setup and everything. I'm going to spend today kind of working on that sort of thing. But from 9 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to have my stream going. We will be watching day one of the competition from the beginning. We will be pulling up all of the different people's streams. We will be going around to talk to different people. The official broadcast won't be going live until I think some of the press conferences at the end of the day. So this will actually be the only stream that will be providing you kind of that inside information, like the what's going on in the opening day. Without transfers, it'll be difficult to win the Prem with Brighton. So it's just the first transfer window. So first season, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody wanted first season. These people are that good, okay, and they have been practicing a lot. Okay. And they play 3 seasons over 3 days. It starts tomorrow. They start playing the seasons. They have their prep time today. You'll be able to watch those streams. But yeah, they'll have their prep time today. How do you even practice? Oh, you just make tactics and try them, and make tactics and try them, and make tactics and try them, and study your training. Right, study injury rates. Just the same way as basically me making tutorial videos, except they're doing that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times to prepare for the tournament. Let's say I'm playing against Real Madrid with a team like Dinamo Zagreb. What tactic am I going to use? Playing that match 100 times and figuring out what tactic I'm going to use in that situation. Exactly. Right, and I know Work the Space, obviously, a friend of mine, talked to him about the way he prepped, simming and trying a billion different tactics. And he's got, 3 or 4 tactics that he loves for specifically this version of the game. It's all great. But seriously, nothing's going on right now. I will tweet out, or not tweet, I will post and schedule updates where you'll be able to find, the different stuff. I'll put it in schedule updates, I promise, on the Discord. But for now, we have to go. So let's find, there's no, football manager. Oh. Good luck finding your tech. Thank you. I am going to have to go to a camera store and try and get a Bluetooth camera and, a Bluetooth microphone so that we can walk around this thing. Am I staying in the hotel? Yeah. I'm actually in the same hotel as the players, so it's funny. I just, run into a different national team in the lobby every time I walk down. But for now, we are going to raid. Let's raid a friend. You guys want to raid a friend? A friend of the channel, perhaps? Because the stream's not back until 9 a.m. tomorrow, and you won't have any FIFA E stuff. You won't have any FIFA E stuff to watch for probably 2 hours. So go for it? All right, cool. So this is one of the contingent of this is somebody, she has no idea how soccer football works. So let's get a copy pasta. Jack said he'd be live at 11:30. There you go. That means the first wave is starting at 11:30, okay? All right, let's just get a copy pasta together. Let's have out say hi, Emmy. She's an IRL streamer that travels all over the world to do stuff. a friend of Nim's and Yaba's, if you know them. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna post in. I am gonna post in. Yeah, dude. The hello. That coffee pasta is perfect. That's great. Yeah. No, she's an IRL streamer that like travels all over the world and stuff. Somebody that's entertaining. Somebody that's good to watch. So you can hang out with her for a little while, and then it sounds like around 11:30, the first groups are going to start with their save preparation. You'll be able to watch every single one of the competitors. They have streaming stations there. You can find that information at FIFA.gg. I will post on schedule updates once that section goes live. But I've got to go buy stuff. Have fun with Emmy. See you guys. Football Manager World Cup is underway. The draw is done. Everybody has their teams. And thank you everybody for the subs today as well. Thank you for supporting what we're doing here. Bye. Love you guys. Fist bump. See you later. All right, brother. Word of the day. Lollygag. What a word.
Lollygag.
Lollygag. Lollygag. Lollygag is to lollygag is to spend time doing things that are not useful or serious, or in other words, to fool around and waste time. Stop lollygagging and get to work. It's a great word. See you at the end of another stream for another word of the day.